It sounds like
From Pittsburgh, we love to provide their whole operation. Certified bricks, prophesied, this my occupation. This shit I write, they'll make the truth outside. That's why we on the corner trying to loud, looking hostile. This should be textile, be stopped now. Fars as warfare, good ass, one round. Let the oppressed rise, let the rich fall to the sundown. Enough with this shit, must have make it hot, call it up, hell. This for my niggas with the guns in the drums there. Running this bitch to the Lord, call for the blood, hey. Shout beside myself, and y'all beside yourself. Swore trouble watching before, how you gon' hide yourself? Never got the time for a slide, and it ain't got no love for the practice. No, just wanna dick. And then my father's off the speed of mix. I got benefits for being a bitch, bitch, your best secrets. I'm talking to you, and then you know, and then you gon' die for your promise, but it all can be you. So Lord, when your life, try to destroy my people, you gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear, till the devil's let me in this village. Slaughter. Now they shook for bitches, firing out the hand and book. Bound to take these rappers back to school, liberals and their hook. They cross the line, ain't no coming back. You retain no cowards. The only thing sweet is the honey check. Righteous is the Lord. Give me rest from my sorrow. And hang down death for the devils. There's no tomorrow. Why? Cause they died to sleep a man to sleep. See a flag in the band. I see wars in the pitch. So we believe it. The women is a demon. And I ain't gon' go when I'm not breathing. No, that is still weak. They call the power. Why this thing could ain't like feeling. You got this thing up on his knees. They wanna have peace. The demons let this bitch burn at 1,000 degrees. The land in the bosom of revenge. I told her I'd do anything she please. As I squeeze on the devil beast. What you mean? I'm talking to you. And then you know, you gon' die for your promise. Fight off to you. Support for your life. Try to destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Till the devil let me get this slaughter.
The police just shot him for no apparent reason. No reason at all. They asked for license and registration. That's the police officer over there that did it. With the black on. I can't really do shit because they got me pissed. I can't believe they just did this. I'm fucking.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
keep it on to the team. UBK play the games. Ain't shit sweet, got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did it sweet. This a whole nother way, boy. Tell him get the fuck on the beat, boy. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. They gon' do all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Gon' do all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Gon' do all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat, boy. Shit is a weed. I'm gonna go, but they don't believe. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming, Vinny, beat. And the devil screaming out, bloody murder. I'm about to close the curtain. I'm gonna grind into work. Sorry, all them lies, it ain't working. The niggas weak, they the church. I'm a West nigga, that's a serve. They cross the line, I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna hit his ass with his life. And I come through 300 strong, 144 me a night. All my niggas weak. In this bitch with the ice. All y'all in the street. Tell y'all in the street. The nigga made the wrong move when he made his ass out the lead. He ain't one of us hit the lead. He ain't one of us here free. Go through all black, got his ass, man. All the things go retreat. Keep it on to the team. UBK play the keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my youngin' did it sweet. This a whole nother way. Tell him get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. They're gonna do all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Gonna do all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Gonna do all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. You gonna get look that's on my face, it's up for real with. I hit the street, but on my clip was in the field with. You saw this kind just an after with it. And knew my target's on the moment, I can still hit it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Color Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commander General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's war time for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you can't. Fuck with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we take. We form up in the ranks. We ride bad this rap shit. All black, no gray shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on that's cap shit. I get it over to the team. UBK play the keys. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on the deck. And my youngest in the sweet. This a whole double way. Tell them get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here preach. They're gonna do all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Gonna do all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here preach. Gonna do all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Go ahead.
Power.
Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakathan to the brothers. Yahweh Shemal done by Shem Yahushua to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer 50 Quran Yalla, the ISBK under Commander General Yohana. And this is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be going over who your enemy is, right? Or knowing who your enemy is. Your Christian pastor in the church is doing you a disservice by, number one, having these records and not telling you the law, not telling you that the Lord only loves one nation of people, and by not telling you who your enemy is, and also by being in bed with your enemy to keep you docile, keep you in not in the know of what's really going on, right? Contrary to everybody's popular belief in the ghetto, in the hood, your enemy is not that brother that claims a different gang than you. If you're from Oakland and you case, your enemy is not Stubby. You understand? Like y'all are not the reason for y'all being in the conditions that y'all in, for creating these gangs and these groups of young men that have no guidance. If you're a blood, your enemy is not a Crip. You understand? You're a GD, you're a vice lord. Your enemy is not the other gang. Your enemy is the nation on why that gang was formed. Your enemy is the nation that put y'all in those harsh and hell conditions to make you to even form that gang with having a mindset of a person in poverty and only being impoverished around the same people that's impoverished with you, and you having no idea who you're supposed to hate because of your conditions. You understand? In Christianity, they love to tell you to forgive your enemies. You understand? And when they tell you to forgive your enemies, they telling you to forgive this damn cracker for slavery. That's exactly what they telling you to do. They not telling you to forgive your wife for her talking crazy to you. You understand? Or your husband uh, 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 for 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 being verbally abusive to his wife, you understand, because he has no guidance. They not telling blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans to forgive each other when we feel like we enemies. They telling you to forgive the people that put you in slavery. They telling you to forgive the people that sold your sons and daughters. They telling you to forgive the people that are a direct result of your poverty, a direct result of you growing up in the hood and you being less fortunate in this hellhole we call America and growing up in harsh and hellish conditions. You understand? And that's evil as hell, right? For a nation of people to be subjected to hellish and harsh conditions, and the person that's supposed to be a shepherd or a person that's supposed to guide them spiritually is sitting up here lying to them about what's actually really going on and who their real enemy is. You understand? I'm gonna get my first scripture. Let's go to Zephaniah chapter 2 and 1. Here in the eyes should be kept under command of General Yohanan. We are the only men authorized by the Lord to explain to you who your enemy is. You understand? To explain to you what's actually really going on with your nation of people. Your Christian pastor, he's employed by the damn devil. You understand? Your Christian pastor is employed by the descendants of men who hate your nation. Your Christian pastor is employed by Satan. You understand? Your Christian pastor is employed by the beast that devours the children of Israel day in and day out. You understand? This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desire. If you a blood or a Crip, or you Case, or you Stubby, or you a GD or a Vice Lord, not only do you two brothers that's at odds with each other from different gangs hate each other, the rest of the world hate y'all niggas too. You understand? And the reason why the rest of the world hates you is because you are God's chosen people and you don't follow what your Father in heaven tells you to do. You understand? And your Christian pastor, and it's not your fault. You understand? Like, we grow up in the hood not understanding who we are because your Christian pastor has these records. But meanwhile, he wants to fulfill his lust and he wants to be able to buy the nice clothes that he wears. He wants to be able to send his kids off to college while your kids are struggling for a meal every day, while you can't pay your rent and you selling drugs across the street from the church. Your Christian pastor is lining his pockets with the blood of your people. You understand? I'm going to read that again. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desire. We the nation not desire, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. They call us niggas. They call us spits, wetbacks. You understand? Savages. We grow up in the hood, the barrios. You understand? On Indian reservations that your damn slave master has carved out to keep a certain group of people in one area and subjugate them to that one area in a harsh, hellish conditions. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. You can't do that with your Christian pastor as a leader because your Christian pastor is in bed with your slave master. Your Christian pastor is literally being paid to keep you asleep. Your Christian pastor is getting paid to not tell you the truth. And this is why Blacks, Latinos, and Native American men, women, and children, this is why we think we are enemies. This is why we don't know that the East Indian in your neighborhood that owns your property that you pay rent to, or the Jewish man that owns the property that you pay rent to, or the Arab that owns the liquor store in your neighborhood. We don't understand that those are our enemies. You understand? And the reason why, like I said, once again, your Christian pastor is a liar. Your Christian pastor is a whore. You understand? He's whoring himself out for monetary gain, and basically serving you up on a silver platter to all of our enemies. You understand? I'm gonna read that again. Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation I desire. Your Christian pastor is not telling Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans to gather themselves together. We are the nation I desire. What they telling you? God loves everybody. Jesus died for all of our sins. In turn, what he's telling you is the Lord loves the rest of these nations, and you ain't SHIT. Like, for your Christian pastor to tell you that God loves everybody, look at the condition that Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are in around the world as a whole. You understand? If the Lord loves everybody, and we are the people that are being slaughtered, that are being massacred, that are being raped, robbed, and murdered by these damn heathens. You understand? By this damn cracker who is an oppressor that the Bible speaks of. If we are the people that's getting the short end of the stick, so to speak, on planet Earth, but God loves everybody, then the Christian pastor is basically telling you that you are nothing. Right? Christian pastor is telling you that you are nothing. Basically, the Lord loves everybody, but meanwhile, Billy and Jason, they grow up in mansions. You understand? They grow up in the suburbs, clean streets. You understand? They have play dates with their friends when they kids. You understand? They sit in the house and have sleepovers, and they mama downstairs cooking pizza pockets and whatever the hell these damn Edomites eat. You understand? And they live life deliciously. Meanwhile, we in hell. That don't add up to me that God loves everybody. You understand? But it does add up to me if I come to a real priest and prophet in the IGBK and he tells me the reason that I'm in these conditions is I need to come back to my law, statutes, and commandments, understand who my enemy is, and serve my God. Love my own people. Love my brothers and sisters like I love myself. Instead of me sitting up here trying to get recognition and somewhat of a social status from these damn heathens in this country built off of the backs and the slavery and the blood of my ancestors. You understand? I'm gonna drop that, right? Let's get Matthew 22, and I'm gonna start at verse 36. Right? And what I'm about to read next is what Christ said. You understand? Salakia. Is this what I want? Yeah, kind of. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 36.
I'll read it for you.
Sir.
You said Matthew's 22 and what?
You can start at verse. You start at verse 34.
Matthew's 22 and 34.
We got priest officer of 500 Nazis tapping in with us. The wonder, sir. Appreciate you.
Well, of course, it's lucky for the time. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's too wild, sir. It's too wild. 22 and start at 34.
All right. Matthew chapter 22, verse 34. But when the Pharisees had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together.
So these Pharisees and these Sadducees, these basically like the religious leaders of the times of Christ. You understand? Now, the Sadducees were trying to battle Christ, and the Pharisees heard he put them to silence, meaning he slaughtered them with these scriptures. You understand? Continue, Baba Kashaw.
35. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him, and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
And that's exactly the spirit of a house nigga right there. You understand? A nigga who actually does not care about his own people. These niggas, I'm using the word nigga on purpose because this is literally what your slave master thinks of you. You understand? Like your slave master could sit up here and have a preacher that'll shuck and jive for him Sunday after Sunday. And he could bring back a great report on how these niggas are still asleep and they'll never get what's going on. And he can keep lining his pockets with the money off of you being retarded. As soon as he leave that meeting with that damn slave master, he gonna be talking to his own people like, look at this dumb nigga right here. He's literally sitting up here helping me keep these niggas asleep just so he can put some money in his pocket. This is a dumb nigga right here. But the spirit of these damn Sadducees and Pharisees, these niggas is basically like they love being up under these damn Romans at this time. You understand? And what they was trying to do, they was trying to cut Christ with the scriptures. Just how you have a Christian pastor run up on us every Saturday when we going out to camp teaching you the truth, then they always want to come with a rebuttal and some weird stuff that they didn't came up with in these seminary schools. You understand? So basically, these damn Pharisees, they was trying to cut Christ. And the brother that they said was a lawyer, right? He wasn't a lawyer like go help you fight a case and win a case and get you up out of a traffic ticket or nothing like that. He was basically skilled in knowing the law. You understand? And he came to Christ and was like, look, master, what's the greatest law in the scriptures? And he's not doing this he's not doing this out of what's I'm looking for. He's not doing this righteously. He's not really asking him for a question. He's not really asking him a question to gain some knowledge. He's asking Christ a question to try to trip him up and cut him in the scriptures. Continue, sir, Baba Bashar.
If I may,
go ahead, sir.
You gotta understand. He's doing this because, that was a good point that you brought out. That this is not an actual lawyer that gets you off a criminal court case. You know what I'm saying? A lawyer means, when they say lawyer, it means that he was a doctor in the law. Like he knew the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Just like you got some Christians, they know the Bible, meaning that they know precepts. You know what I'm saying? They know how to find certain stories in the Bible, but they don't actually know the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And he said that he was tempting Christ by asking him a question, and why he was doing this because Christ already had cut the Sadducees. So this brother that's tempting him asking this question is a Pharisee. So he got the spirit of God is like, oh, they cut the Sadducees, they ain't finna cut me. Watch, I'm finna cut them. I'm finna cut Christ. I'm about to ask this nigga this question, and he finna get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor in the law. I know what I'm talking about. I know my Bible. That's what Christians do all the time. I know my Bible. What Christ saying, that ain't in the Bible. What y'all saying ain't in the Bible. God loves everybody. But then you ask them to show you, and they can't show you nowhere in the goddamn Bible where it says that. But they want to combat you and go against what you saying when they can't even prove their own goddamn doctrine. You know what I'm saying? But then meanwhile, we go in the Bible, what Christ said, don't go to nobody that's not an Israelite. What Christ said, that only came for the Israelites. You understand? But they was doing the same thing that Christian pastors do to the ISUBK today. You know what I'm saying? But, you said, he said, sir. And if it's 35, it said, then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him, saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Then Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
Go ahead, sir.
Oh, yep. And it said of 38, this is the first and great commandment. And the second, likened to it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right. So Christ said, look, man, you got to love the Lord. You understand? So like he said, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. Meaning everything that you do, you understand? Like with all your heart, with your mind, you understand? You think about loving the Lord. You think about these law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? You can't give God a hug. You can't write the Lord a letter saying, I love you. You understand? You have to keep this law by doing what the Lord says. You understand? With your mind, your heart, your soul. And it said, and like it, sir, continue.
Verse 40. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Salakia, sir, read 39 for me one more time, Baba Kashaw.
God. And it said, and the second is likened to it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right. Christ said, look, man, you got to love your neighbor as you love yourself. You understand? If you could, sir, let me get Leviticus 19 and 17 real quick, Baba Kashaw. Because Christianity would have you believe that your neighbor is the white man that lives next door to you. Salaki, the oppressor that lives next door to you. Or the East Indian that stay across the street from you. Nah, that ain't what that's talking about right there.
Right. And then too, if I could, you know what I'm
Go
saying?
ahead,
Christ
sir.
is also telling them that they gotta love thy neighbor as themselves. Because just like now, the religious leaders at the time, they hated black people. You
Right.
understand? They hated Hispanic people. You
Right.
understand? They teaching black people to hate each other. That's why they was trying to stone everybody for any goddamn sin. Meanwhile, they sinning because
Right.
their whole objective was serving the oppressor. You understand? And what the scripture say, the scripture say you can't serve two masters. So they know
Right.
that they can't love black people. You know what I'm saying? If they love the oppressor, they want to give
Right.
all they love to the people that rape, rob, pillage, and destroy black people. You
Damn
understand?
right.
And that's the whole purpose of Christianity. When you in a Christian church, the Christian church teach black people how to hate each other. That's why they tell you that you can come as you are, you can do what you want. Like they don't have brotherhood like Israelite groups. They don't have a brotherhood class. But I never seen a brotherhood class outside of the ISUBK
Right.
to deal with your brother. You understand? And you won't find it in the Christian church either. The Christian
Right.
church teach you to come as you do what you want to do. God loves everybody. We all bleed red. Rainbow coalition. That's what they teach. And then black people blindly follow that and arrogantly follow that, and we destroy it because of it. You
Damn
understand?
right.
But if we knew that we had
Salakia, sir, you breaking up.
ours, we love ourselves, we wouldn't. You understand? If you love and sleep.
You breaking up, sir. Can't hear you. I don't know. Something happened with your sound, out of wine. Yeah, Salakia. But yeah, like my Ottawa was just saying, like your Christian pastor and Christianity in general is built off of hate for blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You understand? Like they'll tell you that you gotta forgive your enemies and all this BS. Really, they just telling you to forgive the slave master and indoctrinating you to hate each other. But Salakia, uh, we're gonna go to the book of Leviticus 19 and 17 real quick, just so I can show you what Christ is talking about as far as loving your neighbor as you love yourself. You understand? This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Man, look, Moses is telling us by the hands of the Lord, of course, we shall not, so I can read that again. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Key word, brother. You can't hate your brother in your heart. In your mind, you can't sit back and think about, man, I don't like this dude right here, or I'm gonna do something to this brother right here. Nah, man, we ain't allowed to do that. You understand? Continue on. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. You understand? In any wise, we should rebuke our neighbor. Meaning we should come to a brother and tell him what type of problem we have, what he's doing towards us. You understand? We should come to our brother and tell him about his faults. You understand? Come to him as a man and explain to him what's going on. You understand? How he did you wrong, or how you guys, how he got something going on that you're not feeling. You understand? Come to him as a brother and hash out your problems. Talk about your differences. You understand? And it says, and not suffer sin upon him. You understand? And by you coming to a brother and you telling him what's going on how you feel he did you wrong, or how you feel he went about a certain situation wrong, and y'all hash out your differences, that's going to prevent you from sinning upon your brother. That's going to prevent you from doing something unlawful to your brother. You understand? Um, Verse 18, thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. You see right here in the book of Leviticus, the 19th chapter, Moses is telling us, of course, this is the word of the Lord through Moses, but the Lord is telling us through Moses that your neighbor is the children of your people. A damn Caucasian is not my people. A East Indian is not my people. A Asian is not. I don't look like any of them. You understand? I don't have the same history, the same heritage, the same background, the same strife and struggle as none of these other nations. But blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, oh, we all got the same story. We got the same forefather. We got the same blood running through our veins. You understand? I ain't supposed to hold a grudge against the children of my people, but I'm supposed to love uh, my neighbor as myself. You got brother, children of your people, and neighbor as yourself. That's who your people is. That's who your neighbor is. The children of your people. You understand? Thus saith the Lord. This is what Christ is talking about. This is Christ is basically go ahead, Salakia, sir. You back? Let me see if I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Can't hear you, sir. Oh yeah, I can hear you now. Kind of on the one kind. Oh, say something, sir.
You hear me?
Yeah, kind, sir. You too wild.
All right, most sign card. You still in Leviticus?
Yeah, but Salakia, sir, you can go ahead and finish what you were saying though.
I lost my point trying to get this damn internet up. Salakia.
Okay. Kind, sir. But yeah, I was just basically I had went to Leviticus the 19th chapter, 17th, 18th verse, and explained to the viewers who your neighbor is according to the scriptures.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But if you could, sir, let me get Leviticus 6 and 27. No, Salakia. Not Leviticus, Luke 6 and 27.
6 and 27. All right. Luke chapter 6, verse 27. But I say unto you, which hear, love your enemies, do good to them which hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Bless them that curse you, and pray for them which despitefully use you.
Right. See, your Christian pastor will sit up here and have you think that this enemy that's being spoken of in the book of Luke is somebody that had you in slavery, or somebody that is the reason why your parents is on drugs and they parents are rich and wealthy in this country. That's not what this is talking about. This enemy that the book of Luke is talking about is that brother that live around the corner with you that you got to alt with. You understand? That person that live across town from you that you think is your enemy because you're on two different gangs. That's what that's talking about. You understand? The Lord don't want us to be suckers. You understand? The Lord don't want us to sit up here and pray for somebody who directly had a hand in us being in slavery and us being impoverished by their own people. You understand? The Lord don't want you to sit up here and forgive the goddamn Edomite that's benefiting off of blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans being in the ghettos and being on drugs. You understand? The Lord is a man of war. You understand? If another nation does something to another nation, that is an act of war. The Lord, being a man of war, do not want us to forgive an enemy that put us in chains. But he do want you to forgive your brother That's why I read in the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. The Lord wants you to forgive your brother. That same nigga who mama was on drugs just like yours. You understand? The same nigga who looked like you, that lived across town from you, that grew up on food stamps and grew up gangbanging and selling drugs just like you, because y'all felt like y'all didn't have no other options. That's who the Lord wants you to forgive. You understand? The Lord wants you to band together with that brother. Y'all come back to y'all law, statutes, and commandments under Commander General Yohana and the ISUBK, and we go ahead and get this thing right. You understand? Because the Lord, like, Salaki, sir, let me get Psalms 147 and 19. Because the Lord tells you who these scriptures are for. The scriptures ain't for everybody. Christ said, man, look, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He ain't say he came for a damn Arab or East Indian or African or Asian. You understand? Salaki. Let me see. Is that what I wanted?
He showed his word to Jacob.
Yeah, kind, sir.
Psalms chapter 147. You got it?
Yeah, kind, sir.
All right, Psalms chapter 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
He showed his word to who?
Into Jacob.
Right. The word of the Lord is this Bible. You understand? The word of the Lord are these scriptures. It said he showed this, he gave this to Jacob. You understand? Continue.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
He gave his word, his law, statutes, and judgments unto the children of Israel. It don't say Ishmael. It don't say Moab. It don't say the white dude that helped you put some air in your tire. You understand? It don't say none of that. It say he gave his law, statutes, and commandments unto the children of Israel, meaning this book is for the Israelites. So when you hear about salvation and God loving somebody, it's only talking about the children of Israel. You understand? When you hear a scripture telling you that you should forgive your neighbor, you should forgive your enemy, this is talking about an Israelite forgiving another Israelite. It's not talking about forgiving a person that put you on a damn slave ship with about 150 other of your family members through the middle passage and them throwing you off the boat because you don't want to be a goddamn slave. That's not what this is talking about at all. You understand? This is talking about blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans having the laws of God given to them by the prophets of God. This ain't talking about no other nation. I'm going to read that again. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. You understand? This book is for the children of Israel. You understand? Verse 20. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. The Lord ain't gave these scriptures to no other nation. They don't know the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments. And they damn sure don't know the judgments of the Lord. You understand? The judgments of the Lord being in this. You don't follow these law, statutes, and commandments, you go to the ghetto and you be strung out on drugs. Don't nobody else have this story for blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You understand? Having to survive off of welfare. Us being the number one nations on the number one nation on planet Earth with no father in the household. You understand? Us being number one in diseases. Us being slaughtered by these damn these crooked police officers, and us having no judgment. Us having no justice for what's happened to the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans on the streets. These other nations don't know them judgments. You understand? These other nations don't understand what it means to grow up in a place and not knowing who the hell you are, not having an identity, not having a history, not having a culture, having to come back to your law, statutes, and commandments because you grew up in a lawless lifestyle and not understanding who you are as a people. Everybody else got their culture. The East Indians come over here and what they bring? They bring spicy curry chicken. You understand? The Chinese people, what they do, they come over here and they bring shrimp fried rice. You understand? They come with their own language. You got a Chinatown in every major city in America, and they have they when you get to Chinatown in every city in America, every major city in America, they don't even have signs in English. No, none of the people that own businesses in Chinatown really even speak English. You
Right.
understand? They don't even have to. They don't even have to stop their culture and who they are in order to survive in this land. But you know who do? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You got a lot our Latino brothers and sisters thinking that their native tongue is Spanish when that's a damn lie. You understand? You got if I put a Haitian, a Jamaican, and a so-called African American in the same room, and I put them on in the same style of clothing, and I just sit them in a room, and I ask you where are all of them from, you just be like, oh yeah, he probably a nigga from Chicago, or a nigga from West Oakland, or a nigga from here, a nigga from there. Meanwhile, if we get to talking to you, we all speak in different dialects of a damn oppressor's language because we don't have our own culture. That's the judgment of the Lord. You understand? For not following the law, statutes, and commandments, we take on the customs and the culture of our damn slave master, and we don't have one of our own. Don't no other
Yeah.
nation have that type of story in here. You understand? When you look at these Africans that come over here, what they come over here with? They come over here with the weird clothes that they wear. They got these damn tribal marks on their face. They got a last name named Mantubu or some weird stuff in Africa. You understand? Meanwhile, the nigga that live around the corner in Watts, California, his last name is Johnson or Taylor. Man, them is goddamn Edomite last names. You understand? And that's the judgments of the Lord. You understand? I've never seen a goddamn Asian with the last name Franklin or Smith or Johnson. Nah, they Asian. They have a Asian last name. You understand? He's East Indian. His last name is Haji or something like that. You understand? He's African. His last name is Matuku or some weird stuff like that. But meanwhile, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, we got last names of these damn slave masters, and that's the judgment of the Lord. You understand? So, like, sir, you want to say something?
Oh yeah, no, no. You bring it out, and if I could, you know what I'm saying. When they say love your
But
enemies, like black people don't, we don't look at the people that oppress us as being enemies. We don't look at white people as
right,
our enemies. We don't look at Japanese people as our enemies. We don't look at no other
right,
race of people not black as our enemies. So how but the Christianity will tell you that this scripture is talking about our enemies. Nah, that's not what Christ is.
right,
That's not what Christ teach them. When they say enemy, it's talking about that nigga that you funking with that's from 63rd and you from O Block. That's when they say love your enemies.
right,
That's talking about loving. It's talking about the Hoovers loving the brothers that's from neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about the
right,
niggas that from Park loving the niggas that's from Stars. That's when they say love your enemies. You know what I'm saying? We don't consider other races our enemies. So how the hell could they be talking about them? You understand? And that's why
right,
Christians gotta understand the spirit behind the Bible. You gotta understand that they don't understand that black people wrote this book. You understand? You know, so we call niggas our enemies all the time. Like now we call them ops. Ops and enemies is the same thing. Them niggas my ops. I don't mess with them. Oh yeah, no, we
right,
can't have them. We can't have them. We can't have them thoughts come over here. They mess with the ops. You know what I'm saying? That's who it's talking about when they say love your enemies. It's talking about them. It's not telling you to go love the people that kill you and put drugs in your community and convince your women to commit abortions and convince you to do drugs. That's not what it's talking about. The God would never want you to love somebody that do that to you. You understand? God would
right,
never want you to love the person that rapes you. You understand that robs you and murders you.
right,
You understand? The Lord God. If that's the God, if that God is real, I don't want to serve that God. You understand?
right,
I wouldn't serve no God that allows something like that. So you can put me on boats, bring me to America, nigga, beat my back for decades. You know what I'm saying? Separate my family on auction blocks. You understand? Hit me with water hoses, sick dogs on me. You know what I'm saying? Separate my whole goddamn body with horses, use my baby as alligator bait, put drugs in my community, put guns in my community. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would not want to love a people that if you smart, you would never love somebody that do that to you. You know what I'm saying? If you were smart, you
Right.
would never serve a God that tells you to love somebody that ever did that to you. Because guess what? White people ain't gonna do it. The same people that you try to
Right.
love, they would never live by that. They would never live by that
Right.
garbage. That's why when the Boston bombers, when they bombed Boston, you know what I'm saying? Guess what they did? America hated them for it. And they wanted them dead. When Saddam Hussein and them or Osama bin Laden, whoever the hell they is, when they bombed the World Trade Center in 2001 and they knocked them World Trade Centers down and killed 3,000 people, you think America was saying that let's love everybody? It was a mistake. We all bleed red. Let's all come together. No, that's not what America was saying. America went to Iraq and they killed millions of people behind that. You know why? Because they said
Right.
that Iraqis killed our people. So now we have to kill some of them. That's what they stand on. You understand? What did Japan do? Japan, and what they did, they bombed Pearl Harbor or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Ran a plane into Pearl Harbor. So guess what America did? America said now we have to drop a bomb on Japan. We got to drop a big bomb on Japan, and we got to we got to wipe the whole city out. We got to wipe the whole country out because
Right.
they killed Americans. That's what America do. They don't live by the same with garbage rules that black people live by. Oh man, we got to forgive him. Like Botham Jean. Like they killed Botham Jean, right? And guess what Botham Jean parents did? They hugged the white woman. They hugged Amy. Her name was Amy, a white cop. You know what I'm saying? He killed Botham Jean for no goddamn reason. And guess what? They went to trial. She got found guilty. And guess what? Her parents went over there and they said, you know what? We gonna hug you. And not only that, she had a black judge that sentenced her to being guilty. And guess what the black judge did? The judge gave her a autographed Bible with her signature on it. That's what black people do. You know what I'm saying? That's a disgusting spirit, man. But you don't want to give that same love to your brothers and sisters. You understand? You don't want to give that same love that you afford your oppressor. You don't want. Can you hear me?
Salak, yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
You can see my picture still?
No, I can't see your picture at all.
Man, I don't know what the hell just happened. Just go ahead, sir. I'm about to get back in.
Yeah, okay, most high in Christ. You understand? But you don't want to give that same love that you give to other nations to your people, and that's why black people are destroyed. That's why God said you gotta be separate. I'm gonna sever you from all nations. You know what I'm saying? God want black people and Hispanic people to be separate from everybody else. You know why? Because we too goddamn loving. You understand? We too goddamn loving. No matter how much no so much pain somebody put us through, we constantly want to love them no matter what they do. And that's why the Lord told us that we need to be separate from everybody else and not deal with other nations because we sheep. You understand? We actual sheep. Like sheep is one of some of the dumbest animals you can ever have. Like a sheep is retarded as hell. So like it. You know what I'm saying? My bad. But sheep are retarded, and that's why the Lord equate us to sheep. You know what I'm saying? Because we will follow anybody that got some food. We will follow anybody that got money. We will follow anybody that make it sound good. You understand? Your Christian pastor, and meanwhile he's lying to you. You understand? Meanwhile he's destroying you with the doctrine that he's telling you. You understand? You post up sister 19 on most high Christ. If you watch it, make sure you put city and state so we can mark you down for attendance so you can start doing your 90 days. Hey, Karan Yala, if you can hear me,
Right.
you can need to put your camera a little bit. Baba Shot is leaning a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Oh,
man,
Salak, yes,
when
sir.
it's
You said what?
fix your camera a little bit, it's leaning. Oh, tell you to
That's the why?
yeah, you can fix it a little bit more, but you Tawab though.
Okay,
You know what I'm
most
saying?
high Christ, sir.
Yeah, but when it say love your enemy, it's talking about loving the people that you hate. That's from like a lot of times in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? We hate the niggas that literally from around the corner from us. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Hate the niggas that literally that's from in most cases you hate the niggas that's even from your hood. Y'all from two different streets, but y'all from the same hood. Y'all at war with each other. That was so when the Bible say love your enemy, it ain't telling you to love the people that put you on slave ships and gave you the name Washington, you know what I mean, and Gregory and Jackson and Brown. You know what I'm saying? It's not telling you to love because what they trying to do when they gave you these names, they what they was thinking in their head was continuing their heritage. That's why when you read the
Right.
Bible, it's that they named the cities and stuff after their own names. They did that because they was thinking on how they can continue their culture, how they can continue their heritage. That's how you ended up with the name Jackson. That's how you ended up with the name Benson. You know what I'm saying? Because they considered you Jackson's son. They considered you Ben's son. That's how you got the name Benson and Jackson and all these different names at the end of your name. Because you they wanted to continue their heritage by using you as a goddamn slave. You
Right.
understand? Well, when you come into the IGBK, you know what I'm saying, after you do 90 days of wearing all black, you know what I'm saying, have brothers observing you, then you get a Hebrew name. You understand? Then you get a name that the Lord wants you to have, and not these silly dumb names that they didn't name you. You understand? You not, but how the hell could you be black and that's a color? How the hell could you be African American when that's literally two white men names? You know what I'm saying? Scipio Africanus conquered Africa and he named it after himself. Amerigo Vespucci conquered America and he named it after himself. So how the hell could so you got to go further than the names that you gave after that they gave you after slavery. And what you'll find out is that you are Israelite. What you'll find out that damn nigga, they only teach me history like today, like it's Black History Month. February is supposed to be Black History Month, the shortest month of the goddamn year, right? And but you don't really learn Black history in February. What you learn about is Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. You don't learn nothing prior to slavery. You don't learn nothing prior to the 1960s. You understand? Because anything prior to the 1960s will be waking you up to the truth. They don't want you to know the truth. That's why in February right now you're gonna see everything about Martin Luther King. It's gonna be about Valentine's Day, and if ain't, it's gonna be about Martin Luther King. You know why? Because Martin Luther King loved white people. He loved the oppressor, and that's the type of spirit that they want you to have. They want you to love everybody, no matter what. When they don't even live by that. You understand? And if you really understand, Martin Luther King, he didn't like all he wanted to do was sleep with white women. That's literally all he wanted to sleep with Susie and Becky and Karen, Heather. That's what he wanted. He didn't give a damn about loving black people. And it was the same thing was going on in the time of Christ. That's why Christ said, "Love your enemies," because the Sadducees and the Pharisees they wasn't teaching that. You understand? They was continuing the heritage of the people that was over us. But in ISUBK, we don't do that. We continue in the heritage of the Bible. And this is a racist book. You know what I'm saying? You pick this Bible, this ain't about loving everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is about loving the people that you was manipulated into hating. That's what this Bible is about. You understand? You loving the people that they didn't told you to hate because you from over here, I'm from over here. He light skinned, I'm dark skinned. He got money, I don't got money. The Bible teach you to love those people because y'all the same nation. You understand? But Salakia for being long winded.
Nah. Damn right, sir. Like, what you saying is facts. You understand? So like it, sir. Let me get Deuteronomy 20:1.
Deuteronomy 20:1.
Yeah, kind, sir. Man, just like that I ain't gonna lie, sir. You was hitting so many heavy points. You understand? Like your Christian pastor, like let's talk about this Black History Month for a hot second, sir. Because
Yeah, go ahead.
what you just said was so heavy, right? They only gonna show us Martin Luther King and all the rest of the damn sellouts. You understand that basically married themselves unto the slave master. They not finna
Right.
talk to you about no Nat Turner. You understand? They not finna tell you Christ is a black man. They not finna tell you that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the children of Israel during Black History Month. Instead, they gonna tell you about a nigga who had a dream to have sex with white women. Now they not gonna say it like that, but that's what Martin Luther King was talking about. You understand? That nigga had a dream that a white man would accept him putting his ride in his nasty, stinking, filthy daughter. You understand?
Right.
That Martin Luther King had a dream that your mama cannot sell chicken in the ghetto to your own people and KFC gets erected. You understand?
Basically, man.
Right, sir. Martin Luther King had a dream that your NFL team owner can make billions of dollars off blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and them niggas go broke in 5 years after their career is over. That's what Martin Luther King's dream was about. A goddamn nightmare. You understand? Salakia, sir. But if you could, sir, just Deuteronomy 20:1, because I wanna explain something real quick. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 1. When thou go to battle against thine enemies and
Right.
horses.
Oh, Salakia, sir. It said when we go out to battle against our enemies. You understand? In the New Testament, Christ and the disciples up under Christ are telling you to love your enemies. But now when we read in the Old Testament, it's talking about us going to battle against our enemies. Now, this is not a contradiction, Christian. You understand? You just don't understand the Bible. This is Moses telling us when we're going to battle against these other nations, meaning these other nations is your damn enemies for real, for real. You understand? And what you said, sir, was so heavy about blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans not looking at these oppressors and the rest of these nations as our enemies is so heavy in this. We so far gone, removed away from our culture. You literally, like you calling a brother in Southern California, they use the term enemigos. You understand? Or the enemies, or everywhere else, the ops. You literally calling your own people your enemies when the Lord is saying that them is not really your enemies. You understand? That's why Christ is telling you to love your enemies. Christ know the spirit of niggas. You understand? He know the spirit of niggas back then, before his time, while he was living, and the spirit of niggas today. You understand? The Lord understands that, yeah, we think that we enemies. This is why Christ telling you, brother, love your enemies. You understand?
Right.
But right here, book of Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter and the first verse, Moses is who your enemy is. The enemy is a different nation that your people are going to go to battle. You understand? You are going to go to war with your enemy, not that nigga that live around the corner from you. That's not really your enemy. That's the nigga that you think that's your enemy because you being oppressed in this damn hellhole by number one, the Caucasian man, and then all the rest of these other damn nations under him. You understand? But Salaki, you could drop that, sir. Let me get 1 Peter 3:8.
And if I could, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, your enemy is the niggas that's around you. And they make it, and the reason being is because it's like, okay, like if you put it, it's like Squid Games. I seen a little, and it's like if you put 10 niggas in one house, you know what I'm saying, and it's 3 sandwiches in there. The first they gonna have Brotherhood at first. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. We're gonna split the sandwiches up. You know what I'm saying? It's 10 of us. We're gonna split. We're gonna split like that. But then find out that they gotta live off these three sandwiches for a month, and it's 10 of them. They're gonna be like, whoa, niggas gonna turn on each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna turn on each other, bro. And that's what they do. That's why we go. They make you work. Like America is the richest place on the goddamn planet. They make you go to work 8 days out of the day. You know what I'm saying? Over 40 hours a week, up to 40, 50, 60 hours a week, working every goddamn day, right? You know what I'm saying? And the minimum wage is $15. Like, nigga, the minimum wage really can be up to $40 and $50, but they don't want you to live comfortably. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because if you don't live comfortably, you ain't gonna be worrying about somebody oppressing you. What you gonna be worrying about is feeding your kids, struggling, and hating the niggas that live next door to you over every little thing because you stressed out every goddamn day about not having money, not being that female, not being who you really want to be. And then that frustration is gonna turn into anger, and it's gonna be directed towards somebody. And who you live, you only live around black people. So guess what it's gonna be directed towards? It's gonna be directed towards the people that live with you, or niggas that you see at the store, the gas station, the niggas that's from another street from you. And that's why we kill each other. You know what I'm saying? Because they put us in a situation to kill each other. And we never once sit back and think and look like, why am I in this situation? Why do I really hate? Because they put me in this situation to be poor and homeless and live in the condition that I'm living in. I shouldn't be living like this. We done built every goddamn thing and made everything. Why the hell we live like this? And I'm saying they don't want you. But what I'm saying is that when you struggle, you don't think that far into it. You understand? You don't think that far into it because the only thing you thinking about on a day-to-day basis is surviving. You know what I'm saying? When you focus on surviving, you won't never think about who's putting you in this trap, who's putting you in this goddamn tank. You know what I'm saying? And making your life like this. You won't think like that. You understand? But America is one of the richest places. They can easily pay you $50 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Easy, and they won't break their pockets, but they want to stomp and have their foot and their knee on every black, Hispanic, Native American Indian neck. You understand? Just like in Egypt. In Egypt, it said, what did they say in Egypt? They say if we leave, it say we gonna put hard burdens on them. You understand? Because if we don't put these hard burdens on them, they gonna go join our enemies. You
Right.
understand? Don't put hard burdens on them, they gonna flourish and be over us one day. And that's what America
Right.
do. America the same thing that the Egyptians did. Like Africans hate black people just like Americans, and they practice. They got what they got that they got for us from Africans too. Africans knew if they would have left black people alone in Egypt, man, we was gonna be the rulers of Egypt. You understand? Just like today, they got to keep black people in the ghetto and on Social Security and welfare and on EDD. They got to keep us like that because they don't never want black people to be on the top of them. You know what I'm saying? Why?
Right.
Because they heaven. This is they heaven. So what they got to do? They got to create all this publicity of you being a criminal and a gang member, and and every time somebody gets shot, they got to let you know that it's a gang war going on, so you could be a part of it. You understand? So you can contribute to it, so they can benefit off of it. But Salakia, we can go on all day about that. But you said First Peter's 3:8.
Everything. I ain't gonna lie, sir. I mean, I didn't think we didn't hit home like who your enemy is not. You could drop that. Let's go to the book of Obadiah.
Mhm. Damn right. He said I'm gonna jump straight to it.
Go get straight into it, because you know what I'm saying, we damn near hit home who your enemy is not. Your enemy is a nigga that's the same nation of you that grew up in hell just like you.
Right.
Just like my I just put it. That was a perfect example. You might got 10 niggas in the house and it's 3 sandwiches. Yeah, niggas that have brotherhood if you think y'all got 3 sandwiches a day. But if you got them 3 sandwiches that you gotta live off for a whole month, niggas about to be looking at each other like, hey, bruh, like, you know what I'm saying, nigga, we gonna have to fight for one of these sandwiches or something. And that's
Yeah.
literally what's going on in the ghetto. You
Yeah.
understand? And what's crazy too, sir, right? That was such of a cold example. That's literally what happened in the slave quarters. You understand? In the slave quarters back in the times of physical slavery in America, they would do shit like put a bowl of food out and it'll be just enough food to feed a certain amount of people, and we'll all literally be fighting over this little small bowl of food. You understand?
Right.
Or fighting over a piece of clothing that the slave master threw out. You understand? Because we in hell. You understand? Like, and this is literally what was going on in the times of Egypt when Moses was hollering at the two brothers, like, "Hey, like, why are y'all getting into it with each other? Y'all brothers." And they got
Heavy.
at Moses like, "Nigga, who is you?" Man, them niggas was fighting over crumbs. You understand? Them
Heavy.
niggas was fighting over scraps given to them by these damn Egyptians, by these damn oppressors of them times. And
Heavy.
the fact that we are in hell and in poverty is the reason why we kill each other. You understand? Salakia, sir.
If I could, hey, I'm glad I forgot about that. Like black on black crime is in the Bible. You understand? Like
Yeah,
I forgot about that in Genesis. You know what I'm saying? Moses witnessed black on black crime in the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
damn
He
right.
seen two. When they say he seen two Hebrews fighting, he seen two brothers fighting. You understand? And he walked up to them asking like, man, why y'all fighting? But we brothers. Why y'all fighting? And they was like, nigga, what you nigga, who you ain't boss over us, nigga. And that nigga, but that was black on black crime in the Bible, man. And the same thing that was going on in Egypt is going on today. Moses seen two Hebrews striving together, fighting, man. And that's crazy because that's literally black on black crime is in the Bible. So that's how you know that this is our book. That's how you know this book is about us because other nations don't fight each other. They don't hate each other like how we do. You understand? Moses came down from out that mansion. You know what I'm saying? Living good, living, and that's another thing, bro. Like our religious leaders, they don't got the spirit of Moses. They don't got
Right.
the spirit of Joseph, man. They don't got the spirit of the brothers that the Lord has set up over us. They don't got that type of spirit. Because guess what? Look at Chicago. Look at Oakland. Niggas killing each other. Niggas Detroit, Atlanta. Brothers really killing each other out there. Like you go to Chicago, it's like it's ridiculous how many people get murdered in one day. Get murdered
Yes,
in 1 year. And guess what? They not stepping down from their seats. Like, man, let me go see what the people going on in the ghetto. What's going on in the ghetto? I'm tired of
right.
sitting up here and just getting on. Let me see what's going on with my people. You know what I'm saying? Let me go down here and talk to my people, man. What's going on with y'all? They don't step down and do that. They continue to let us kill each other in the ghettos. You know what I'm saying? Because they know we're gonna have a funeral and they're gonna get paid to rent this damn church out for this funeral and all that. That's what they do. And they're a disgusting piece of garbage, and it make me so mad. Like you don't even understand how it just pissed me off just thinking about this. You understand? Like you go ahead though. You said Obadiah what?
So, like it, sir. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 49.
Deuteronomy 28 and 49. And if I could, man, like it really just pissed me off, man. That like we've been following the 28 and 49. We've been following Christianity for this goddamn long, and we can't see that it's destroying us. You know what I'm saying? We can't see that Christianity, like I said on Facebook, like Christianity literally failed to give us the world that Christ died for. Christ did not die for a world of black people to be killing each other and hating each other. Christ didn't die for a world that you be overdosing off drugs. Christ didn't
Right,
die for a world that your kids can be getting molested and being put in foster care. You understand? And getting shot at the goddamn stoplight. And for you to be living in the ghetto with roaches and mold and rats. You know what I'm saying? The goddamn heater don't work. The air conditioner don't work in the damn summer. You understand? Don't nothing work in the goddamn house. Christ did not die for that world. You understand? But that's the world that Christians try to tell you and manipulate you to believe that Christ died for. Christ didn't die for that. Christ didn't
right.
die for that. Right? You know what I'm saying? Christ died for black people to be in rulership. And that's why when he told black people to pray, he said, when you pray to the Father, he said, make your kingdom on earth as it is in heaven. He
Right,
prayed for black Native American Indians to rule, not to be killing each other and hating each other, man. You understand? Not for the Native American Indians to be dying from cirrhosis of liver more than anybody on the goddamn planet. You know what I'm saying? To have
right.
begin dying off of damn liquor. How they doing, man? That's not what he died. He didn't die for the cartels to be killing up a whole goddamn village behind some dope that the CIA, like, you know what I'm saying? Christ didn't die for none of the way that we live it. Christ didn't die for that. Christ
Right.
died for us, for people to serve the Lord and live in have a perfect condition, you know what I'm saying, and be in heaven. That's what Christ died for. But the
Damn
Christian
right.
church teaching something totally different, and our people destroy. We're like, we really need to wake up. Like, yeah, like the stuff that's going on right now, America trying to go to war and Russia trying to go to war with each other in Ukraine, the coronavirus, you understand? Everybody losing their jobs, you getting fired because you don't want to take the shot. You understand? People dying every day. There's new diseases popping up. You should wake the hell up. Now
Damn
you really should wake the hell up. But like I said earlier, that's why the Lord equate us to sheep. Because sheep is some of the dumbest goddamn animals. They will follow anybody that got food. They will follow anybody. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is go. A sheep will let anybody hurt them. All you gotta do is go out there with a stick and a dog and make them go whatever way you want to go. They're gonna go. They're not gonna fight back. That's black people. That's black people. You
damn
understand?
right.
But Salak, you said Deuteronomy 29 and what's Salakia?
28 and 49, sir.
28 and 49. Or Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49.
So, like it, sir. Start at 48 for me, Bubba Shop.
Okay, 48. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Right. The Lord said we're going to serve our enemies in Salakia. It said we should serve our enemies in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. Hunger and in thirst. You got to buy your water from the store. This company that owns this bottle of water is owned by oppressors. It's owned by Caucasians. That's your enemy who you have to serve to get that water. Then you go to work. You understand? And work excruciating hours, you understand, for a menial paycheck just for you to buy water for you to drink. You understand? You got to work on basically a modern day slave plantation in order to buy food to feed your family. You understand? You have to work. You understand? And who is this food coming from? This food is coming from that grocery store, and the grocery store is getting food from all oppressors' companies. You understand? Your oppressor owns the slaughterhouses and the farms where you get these damn animals from. And he owned the vineyards where these grapes is coming from, and these gardens where these fruits and vegetables is coming from. You understand? And he got the tribe of Issachar out there farming and working for him, and he's reaping the benefits. The Lord said we gonna serve our enemies in hunger, in thirst, and in nakedness. Who own Nike? Edomites. You understand? Caucasians. You understand? Who own Gucci, Prada, any type of clothing that a black American are going to put on their body in America is owned by your damn enemy. The Lord said, man, look, we're gonna serve our enemies in hunger, in thirst, in nakedness, and in want of all things. You understand? And it says this same enemy is going to put a yoke on our neck until he has destroyed us. And what's that yoke upon your neck? Back then, it was a physical yoke in slavery, you understand? And now we don't have the yoke on our neck physically. You understand? It say he gonna have that yoke on our neck until he has destroyed us. We destroyed. You understand? The new yoke is Christianity. The new yoke is thinking that you can be a Muslim or Buddhist or Baptist or whatever type of false doctrine that your damn slave master has put on our people for you to think that you can become a part of. Understand? The Lord said he gonna put that yoke of iron upon our neck until we are destroyed. And we destroyed today. You got these damn Christian pastors telling you that you should love the white man and forgive him for him putting you in slavery. You understand? That's BS. Continue, sir, Baba Bashar.
And in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Right. Continue.
The Lord, and hold on, it's like, and if I could, you understand, and that yoke, you can Google slave images, and a brother will pop up with a yoke of iron on his neck. And they said he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Meaning that when they took that yoke of iron off our neck, we was destroyed. That's why they actually let us out of physical slavery, because they knew when they let us out of physical slavery, they don't have to have the yoke of iron on their neck. We destroyed. Like, there was some brother in the school brought out that if it was this elephant, they tied a rope to his leg, right? And as he was like a baby elephant, and as he got older, that rope that he had on his leg, it only allowed him to go so far. And then when they took that rope off his leg, you know what I'm saying, he was so used to that rope being there, he would only go so far. He wouldn't go no far because he was so used to having that rope on him. And that's black people. You know what I'm saying? When they took that yoke of iron off our neck, we was destroyed. We didn't know who we is. We didn't know what our culture was no more. We didn't know. We didn't have heritage anymore. You understand? We didn't have anything that any identity that has separated us from everybody else. You understand? And that's why they did it. A lot of people think that Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. That nigga, Abraham Lincoln didn't free the slaves. You understand? Because they made the 13th Amendment state that if you commit a crime, they could put you basically a slave again. You understand?
Right.
So when they took that yoke of iron off our neck, they basically put it right back on. You understand? If you spit on the goddamn ground, that's a crime. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got your papers when you walk in showing that you're free, that's a crime. Put him back in jail. If you look at a white woman, that's a crime. Put him back in jail. If you drink from this water fountain stores, that's a crime. Put him back in jail. That's why it's more black people in jail than it was actual slaves. It's more black people in than there was actual slaves, bro, during the slavery. You understand? Because they figured out ways through their policies and their laws to make you a slave again without having an actual iron on your neck. It went from one person owning you to now the state owns you. You know what I'm saying? It's illegal for one person to own you. Back in the day, it wasn't like that during slavery. One person can own a whole family. Now it ain't like that. Now it went from one person on you to now the state can own you now. That's how they did it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said they put the yoke of iron on you until they have destroyed thee. We destroyed now. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia, verse 49,
Damn right, sir. Yeah, sir.
and it said, verse 49, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Right. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fly. This nation, this is talking about the Caucasian man. Where he from? He from the goddamn end of the earth. You understand? He from the Caucasus Mountains, where it's hella cold up there, and he came out of these Caucasus Mountains in a place. The Caucasus Mountains is a place where it's damn near inhabitable for a real a regular human being to live. You understand? Is stupid cold up there. You understand? There's no way for you to actually live up there unless you're a goddamn Caucasian and you got to live in a cave. You understand? If you read uh, Job the 30th chapter, Job will explain to you exactly what the hell these damn Caucasians was doing up there. These niggas was cutting down trees and eating wood and flowers. They was sitting up there. What it said, Job said they was braying. If you can look up, if you can look up the sound of braying, it's like a donkey or a sheep going bah. That's how these damn Caucasians used to talk. You understand? That's really their original tongue. Like you walk up to a nigga talking about bah and all that type of man. We don't know what the hell he talking about. The Lord sent that nation against us. And Salakia, sir, it's as swift as the eagle fly. You understand that? If you look at every Caucasian nation and a flag or they coat of arms, you understand, it's always an eagle on there. You understand? Because that eagle is spiritual. You understand? That eagle flies so high in the sky above all the other birds, and it has the sight that any other bird cannot match up to. You understand? This eagle is a cold bird. It can fly so high and see so damn far and come down and swoop its prey up and go right back where the hell it came from. You understand? That's your Caucasian. You understand? That's the Edomite that the Bible took. That's that red hairy man. You understand? That's how they get out. You understand? They want to be able to see the whole damn world and swiftly conquer it. Swiftly take whatever they want for their prey. You understand? And go back to doing what they doing. You understand? Salaki. It said, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. That nation of fierce countenance, like imagine you being a North American Indian and you sitting in your homeland and you come and you see these damn red people getting off these boats approaching your lane. Like, of course they came somewhat peaceable at first, but that fierce countenance, imagine when you seen that damn Caucasian in war against the Native American Indian. You understand? Like the what I can compare it to, a nation of fierce countenance. If you ever sat in front of a judge that was trying to give you years in prison, he gonna be looking at you with a cold, crazy face. You understand? He gonna be looking at you so mean, like you disgusting and you the scum of the earth. That's the countenance of this damn nation of these damn Edomites. You understand? They seek it to devour the damn world. You understand? And it says, which shall not regard the person of old or show favor to the young. You understand? When in slavery, they didn't give a damn who you was. They'd hang an old woman, they'd hang a young boy. They would rape an old woman, they would rape a young boy. And that's exactly what they got going on at the border. They ain't just putting the parents in jail, they putting the children in jail. You understand? This damn nation who the Lord told us is our enemy, these are some evil damn people. You understand? Salakia. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Oh yeah, Con, sir. Can you
Yeah, I
jump
hear
down
you.
to 51 for sir?
Con, it's verse 51. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed.
Continue, sir.
Oh, Salakia. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, on Salakia, in which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thine kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee.
Right. This
And he,
damn devil has eaten everything that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans have built up in this country. You understand? They have taken everything from us. Like we literally are the people on the bottom in this country, but we have the most skills. You understand? And the reason why we got all these skills is because we actually work this land. We actually built up this damn kingdom so your damn slave master could eat everything up and leave you nothing. Leave you in the ghetto starving, dirt, piss poor, fighting against your brother who you think is your enemy. When meanwhile, these damn other nations is reaping the benefits of what happens to blacks and Latinos and Native Americans. Continue, sir. Oh,
Salakia.
Salak, nah, Salak, sir. Uh, I'm gonna end it in a hot second. Can you go to Psalm 83?
So you said Salakia. You said Psalms what?
Psalms 83. Go ahead, sir. Salakia. It's tripping. I'm gonna go ahead and read it. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O God. Don't keep your silence, Lord. You understand? This is what the men, women, and children in the ISBK up under Commanding General Yohana pray for. That the Lord does not keep his silence. That he does not be peaceful, you understand, and basically not do nothing about what the hell these other nations have done to his dear children. We pray that the Lord wreaks havoc on these damn nations. You understand? Verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Right? A tumult is a loud confusion of noise. You understand? The Psalms 83rd chapter and verse 2 said, the Lord has enemies, and his enemies have made a loud, confusing noise and lifted up their head. Meaning they didn't came up with a bright idea. You understand? Like, okay, we the enemies of the Lord. I got something. You understand? And this is what they did. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. And you know what that crafty counsel is? Your damn Edomite, soon to be slave master when we was on the west coast of Africa, he came up with a league with these so-called Africans. You understand? To round us up and sell us into slavery. You understand? That's one part of the crafty council. What's another part of the crafty council? We get over here, they put us on auction blocks and sell us and divide our sons and daughters from the parents. You understand? You take this tribe of people and put him on the east coast of America and then keep this one down south just so they can't communicate and be able to have an uprising against us because we want to keep these niggas in slavery. What's some more crafty counsel? Abortion clinics in the hood. You understand? Making peace treaties with the Native Americans. You understand? And then breaking the peace treaties and putting them on reservations. You understand? What else? Putting drugs in the black community. You understand? Trying to destroy the people who actually speak up against the goddamn slave master and his tactics. What he has to keep us in servitude to him. You understand? Redlining. You understand? Telling us where we can and where we can't buy a house in certain neighborhoods in America. You understand? Jim Crow. You understand? them taking crafty counsel against us and destroying the metropolis cities that blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans have built for ourselves in this country without the help of these damn oppressors. You understand? What else? What else? I said drugs being poured out in our community. COINTELPRO. You understand? The faulty educational system that's placed upon blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Them setting up these seminary schools and employing these goddamn Christian pastors to keep you dumb and docile so you continue to be a slave to your slave master and for you to hate your own people. This is all crafty counsel against the children of Israel. You understand? The damn Caucasian man, him letting these other nations to come over here to reap the benefits of what blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans have built up in this country, to where they can come over here and get loans and don't have to pay them for 10 years and then open businesses in blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans communities. You understand? Any black, Latino, and Native American community in the goddamn country has a Chinese restaurant. If you go to an Asian neighborhood, they not selling Mama Soul Food fried chicken in their neighborhood. I've never seen an Asian go to a taco truck in my life. Like, I mean, you might get the modern, the Americanized young Asian people going to a taco truck, but the people that still hang on to their culture, that's from somewhere in Asia, they not going to no damn burrito truck. They not going to no goddamn KFC. I seen on YouTube this Asian, I don't know what type of Asian he was. He brought home some Mexican food and gave it to his mother and father, and they was eating Mexican food for the first time in 50, 60 years of their life, and they live in America. You understand? These damn nations ain't supporting our businesses. You understand? The crafty counsel that they taking against us is them putting drugs in our community. You understand? If you my age and you know people that's older than you that's from the ghetto like you hear stories of brothers back in the 70s and the 80s finding crates of guns on open train carts on train tracks directly on the outskirts of the ghetto. You understand? Or sometimes in the middle of the ghetto. That's taking crafty counsel. Get them niggas guns so they can kill each other. You understand? Not telling you who you are. You understand? That's crafty counsel. Telling, like, beating your culture and your heritage out of you and telling you, nah, you are not Karanyala Banya Hawada. Your name is Johnny, whatever the hell they want to call you. Whatever slave master last name that they want to put on you. That's taking crafty counsel against the Lord's people. You understand? Salakia. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Let us cut these niggas, these spicks, these wetbacks, these savages off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Let's start calling them niggas black, African American, Mexicans, Guatemalans, you understand? Indians, the Chippewa tribe or the whatever tribe, you understand? Let's start calling these niggas by these bywords so they don't understand and know their true heritage as the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You understand? Salakia. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. All these nations consulted together with one consent, and they confederate against the Lord. Thus, they are confederate against the Lord's chosen people, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You understand? And it says, the tabernacles of Edom, that's your so-called Caucasians. You understand? The house of Edom is the Caucasians. You understand? Any Caucasian on planet Earth, even a goddamn fake Jew. He's a Caucasian. You understand? You wonder why you can't tell the Jew, you can't tell the fake Jew from a redneck from down south. You understand? Or you can't tell the fake Jew from a Greek. That's because these bastards is the same goddamn people. You understand? And it says, and the Ishmaelites, that's your Arab. You understand? That goddamn what they call them, sand niggas. I wouldn't call them that. They ain't niggas. You understand? But the Habibi and Haji and Muhammad, the niggas that's selling you swishers and backwoods and selling your people pork at the liquor store when they know damn well that because you're not following your dietary laws and you don't understand where you come from, they can keep oppressing you in your own damn community. You ever hear Arab call you cousin? You know why they call you cousin? Because they know they are from the seed line of Ishmael and you from the seed line of Isaac. They know goddamn well you the children of Israel, but they ain't gonna tell you that. And the majority of them damn Arabs in the stores, they know you're an Israelite. They understand full well that you are a true descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand? Salakia. And it says of Moab. You understand? Moab. That's your Asians. You understand? Moab is the forefather of the Chinese people. You understand? And the Hagarenes. The Hagarenes are Africans, I believe. You understand? Either some tribes of African, or that might be talking about the Ishmaelites again. You understand? Gabal, Africans, and Ammon. Those are the forefather of the Japanese people. And Amalek, the fake Jew. You understand? The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. That's Africans. So we got Asians, we got Africans, we got Caucasians, and we got Arabs. You understand? Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. The children of Lot are your Asians today. Assur, the Assyrians. You understand? If you Google who the Assyrians are today, they're the same Assyrians that they was back in the day. You understand? A lot of them have mixed with the children of Edom, so they look more Caucasian. But the Assyrians are the same people of yesterday. You understand? Do unto them as unto the Midianites. So like I'm gonna drop that because that. But all in all the nations on planet Earth, you understand, that are confederate against the children of Israel are the enemies of Israel. You understand? The Lord said, look, we ain't to marry with these nations. We ain't to have no league with these nations. You're supposed to love your own people and not give a damn about these nations. You understand? These nations don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about your God. This is why they reap the benefits of what happened to Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans in this country, and they don't give a damn about you. America has passed a bill talking about stop Asian hate. You understand? Stop Asian hate. Because these goddamn gooks is the reason why you have coronavirus running rapid. Well, one of the reasons. The main reason is because the Lord is tired of you damn other nations and y'all slaughtering, raping, robbing, murdering, and pillaging the children of Israel day in and day out. The Lord is sending judgment on planet Earth to you other nations for what you're doing to the children of Israel. You understand? But yeah, stop Asian hate. They want us to stop Asian hate. Meanwhile, you got a brother getting off of bus going to go play basketball. You understand? You got Asians sitting up here calling him nigger, nigger, nigger. You understand? Come on, man. It's nonsense. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, get the hell about that Christianity and wake the hell up. You understand? Understand that the Lord does not love everybody. You understand? And you have enemies. And your enemy is not your brother. Your enemy is not the children of your people. Your enemy is the people who have consulted against you and taken crafty counsel against you. With that being said, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Barakathum to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Lathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to class. So like it, subscribe to the channel. You understand? Make sure you put your name, city, and state before we can mark you down for attendance. You understand? Especially if you're working on getting that Hebrew name. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night for the Wednesday night law class with priest officer 500 Natazab. Lord willing, I will be in that class as well. You understand? And with that being said, shalom, Israel.